Food sovereignty it's the idea that you like know where your food came from, but also participated in the process of that food getting to you in a really meaningful way. When you're like trimming a bush herb like this, a sub-shrub herb like this, you want to get rid of this stuff. Like this plant is spending too much energy on all of this and not on this. I've been gardening my whole life. I grew up with a big garden in the backyard. We canned vegetables out there. It was how we ate out of that garden. And it's just been like a lifelong passion for me. I'm passionate about making things more accessible to communities that traditionally are like disenfranchised from those things and places where they might be disenfranchised from those things. Basically with fall plants, when you're starting stuff in the fall, you just need to be aware of when the frost is. As far as plants that would work right now, you can start there are like radishes, beets, you could do greens. If it's a brassica, it's probably gonna take a little bit longer, especially if you were to start it like next week. Access to fresh vegetables, you know, it makes you feel better, and people who are happier and healthier give back more to their community, just real simple. I guess you also have the opportunity to get closer to practices of your ancestors. It was something that we used to have to do more, was keep a vegetable garden. And then the Industrial Revolution happened, and now we have supermarkets, right? But it's like you are connecting with your great grandma who just did not grow up the way that you did. When you're harvesting, you just generally don't want to like take more than a third of the plant at a time, right? So you're just looking for a good sprig, especially for drying. You want probably like an 8-inch sprig, right? You just want to take from the plant in a way where you don't open up the plant to more disease or anything than you have to. Because every cut you make, you're cutting into essentially the plant skin. So you try to cut at like a 45-degree angle, they regrow better that way. What I have right here in these Ziploc bags is just a germination test. Your germination rate is just the amount of seeds that sprout when you plant them. So what you do to see if these are gonna sprout, you wet a paper towel, you put them in the Ziploc bag and seal it, and you put it somewhere sunny and warm. And the ones that will sprout will, the ones that won't. These beets did it in a couple days because beets germinate that fast.
I think the most valuable skill I took away from the workshop is trying to figure out how to figure out a process. So just the skill of how to research a plant. Willow really pointed out that, you know, just focus on a plant that you like and you want to start with and learn as much as you can about that. It's way more powerful to really connect with one and really learn about one and then move on.
Gardening, growing almost anything is good for your mental health. You have this time to yourself that you might not take. I think it's good to have to take a break to think about like nothing but what corn is ready to harvest. It does promote mindfulness. You get to know your plot of land in a very specific way that you just don't get to, from my experience, any other way. It was great to be here today. The grant was sponsored by Southern SARE and Tennessee Local Food, partnering up with us at Brooklyn Heights Community Garden. And we really appreciate the partnership, the dedication to community, and getting the opportunity to, like, even in the rain, grow with people.